My name is Sam Brooks. I am the director of this film. I also helped write the script, take Dallas's story and put it down on the script. And thank you so much for having me here. It's a pleasure.
Hey there, and I'm Dallas James Pritt, and I was like the creator of the story. It's based off of my life and experiences, and I also play Dalton in the film. For me, it was just the fact that I had kind of experienced like a lot of um, different and unique things in my life that I think some people have experienced, but maybe not everyone. And like through the course of my life, like people have just been like, you need to like make a film or write a book or something about that. And I have started to meet a lot of other people who were like me, and I'm gay and Christian, and that's kind of about me growing up in that world and how it conflicts, but also can kind of complement each other and all the journey that comes with that. And so I just had the idea after like talking to a lot of people. They're like, oh my gosh, like it would be nice to know that story, or this would be a really great thing for my friends to have, so they have like a resource and know that they're not alone. So that kind of like triggered the thought, and then it just kind of started as like a passion project, and I threw it to Sam, and then it kind of like just snowballed into the thing that it became.
Like Dallas said, he sent this to me around Halloween time of last year, so late October. And I agree with everybody that told him he should put this down in a medium of like an artistic medium because it is powerful. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that might not have the exact same story. They can relate to the emotions and they can relate to the situations in the parallel of Dallas's story and what he has gone through, and especially like staying connected to his faith. And I just thought it was absolutely beautiful. So I personally was just like, can let me help in any way I can. And then everything kind of just snowballed, like you said, and a lot of beautiful people put their hearts into this film and made it happen. So it was a great experience overall. Personally, on the crew side of production, I think it couldn't have gone smoother, honestly. And all of our locations were voluntary. So the people that we talked to and we told them about the story, they all volunteered their space for free. And that was just a huge impact on us, and knew we had a story that was worth telling, and they believed in us. So it actually went a lot smoother than I could have ever asked for as far as production, and even post-production went fairly smooth.
I mean, I always say like entertainment, something's gonna go wrong. Like, I'm a performer, so I do live entertainment as well. So like nothing's gonna go perfect. And I think we had moments where like definitely when we started filming, we're like, oh, we might need a little bit more money for this. So like let's film a video to get a little bit more funding so we can, pay more people for their time and work and pay for the resources and things. And I think there was one time like I dropped the makeup mirror like on the second day and like shattered everywhere. Like just like silly things like that. But like as a whole though, like I don't think there was anything that went wrong or unexpected that caused issues. Just, like little things that are gonna happen. But like I don't have any like traumatic memories as far as for the like the production process, because everything was so, it just felt like it was supposed to happen and just happened naturally and organically that it came together. And I don't have, I mean, it was the best, I think the best week we had, honestly, filming this whole thing. It was really, really cool.
Yeah. Definitely. We were very ambitious at first on what we wanted to do, and then we're like, okay, we need to get realistic. Don't have money, don't have much money. How can we tell this story and do it justice with what we have? And at first, we wanted dialogue and all this stuff, and it doesn't have dialogue. It's a silent film with the music portraying like the emotion. It's backed by the character's nonverbal cues, and it kind of came to that, and that was what made everything really come together. I feel like from the story was when we had that idea.
Because it was a silent film, I mean, there was a script. I mean, there was a script and we knew what was happening and obviously like a shot list of what was going on. But a lot of the things kind of even happened more in the moment as we were shooting things. Things started to happen, and we're like, oh my gosh, obviously that worked, so we can expand on that. Or, but I think like the most direction change was like the script, and I think you're probably gonna agree with me on that because there at one point we had a dog come into it. Do you remember that? And then it was in the
Oh
park
man, yeah,
for all
dude.
this, and then that got scrapped. I mean, like we workshopped the script process for like a solid 3 months before we even shot it. So that was workshopped for a while, and we had the parents actually were like parts at one point we were considering, and then we took
Mm-hmm.
that out of it because we were trying to make sure that we wanted like the through line and the focal point to be consistent and clear. So it was a lot of like most of the work of direction was just trying to make sure that the story was clear that we were telling and that it would be still objectively clear through emotions without dialogue. So just making sure that someone could tell what we were going for, be impacted by the story, but not have all these like random things coming in that would take them off the track, if that makes sense. So I
Yeah.
think like the most damage we did was to the script and to the story and how we told that.
Hmm. I do
Yeah.
remember that dog. Now that you're saying that,
Yes.
we
Do you
wanted to have
remember
like
that?
some 500 Days of Summer like montage, and I just it got out there for a little bit. But like yeah, to piggyback off what you said, I do remember talking about like how simple can we make it, and there's nothing if we can get our point across with no dialogue and just nonverbal communication and music and the power of the score, then I think we did our jobs. And Christopher, who did the score, is phenomenal, and he was there on set every day, and it kind of helped because we were kind of like thinking about rhythmically what would make sense with the shots. And in my head, I'm picturing like this, how would like an animation film be shot and how that would flow kind of that way with the music. And it was such a pleasure having Chris there because he could really help with that vision.
We had multiple influences. So the main one that we kind of were really inspired by that kind of threw us into this like short, like non like live action, silent film thing was there's a short film that was a grad project for people in film school called In a Heartbeat. And it was a silent film about a guy in high school who was like coming out and like met another guy, and it was very sweet, simple, like you could show it to your kids, and that kind of inspired it. And of course, like there's other films that we were talking about like that had pure love, like we even like referenced like The Notebook in some meetings. We referenced some gay Christian films like Prayers for Bobby or Love, Simon, or there was a lot of influences that we had kind of thrown into the mix. I'm trying to think what the other one was
Boy
that
Erased.
came out. Boy Erased, yes. Thank you, Sam. Boy Erased. And so like all these things and like elements that we thought were important, or maybe elements that weren't in those stories that we thought we needed to represent to make this story unique and special. So there was a lot of comparing and contrasting, but also um, allowing us to take the reins with kind of their foundation and expand upon it and move it towards the direction we wanted. But yeah, I mean, there was a handful of films, like even on like our first meeting, production meeting, on like our handbook, we literally had those like posters on the front of the thing of this is kind of what we're going for. We're gonna have bits of feels of this and bits of feels of that, and if they all had a child, this is what it would be, kind of thing.
And it's you can do it on your own and you can go far by yourself, but I think you can go farther and all the way with a great community and a great tribe. And yeah, there's always people out there looking to create. And I think that's the most beautiful thing about film is it takes a village and everybody's doing their thing, whether it's a PA or a director, and everybody in between. Everybody has a job to do, and it's just so worth it. At the end of the day, when you see the final product, it's like I was a part of that, and that feels amazing. And that's my favorite part about filming in general, and the whole process is the village and the community and the people you meet and like the becoming a family almost.
We knew people personally from like the first AD down to like an extra who was only on set for one day. Like we knew who they were and what their background was, and like it was totally a communal process, which just made it so much more fulfilling and cool. Just because it was like, hey, like I saw them in the craft services, just like eating a cookie, and I was like, tell me about your life, like it was just a fun process with really cool people that we got to meet if we didn't already know them, and it turned into something really special for sure. And I'm from Dayton, so I'll say that. I grew up
Oh, woo,
in
woo, woo.
Woo, yeah. I grew up in Beaver Creek, so like Dayton's pretty important to my heart. So this was one festival that I was like praying we were gonna get into just because I haven't seen so many people and I want to go, home. So I'm so excited we're there. And I mean, we're thankful for all the other festivals, but like this one for me is I feel like I've made it, right? Now that I'm in Dayton. It may not be like an Academy Award eligible festival like the other ones we're hoping for, but like it's so fun to be able to like do a project that you had and have it premiere in Dayton. So I'm really
In your
excited about that.
hometown. That's
Your
beautiful.
hometown. We're letting the project kind of take its ride, and then our plan is to eventually release it publicly by 2021. So we're kind of letting it do its thing fall and winter, and then as soon as we kind of hit the new year, we're gonna let it take its breath outside of the festival circuit. So,
As far as the festival run goes, I'm excited to see what else we get into, and wherever we get into, I'm very grateful for, just for people to see this, and I think it will also do a lot of wonders and reach a lot of people when it becomes on YouTube and the socials. And
yeah, agreed. I feel like we did our job knowing that it's impacted people the way it has. Like some people have been like can't breathe or talk after they watch it, and I'm like, oh, we weren't expecting that. But like, it's just nice to know, like personally for me, like even though some things have been expanded upon, like that my story can help influence, inspire other people. That like we can that there is hope. There's more past it, and then it can make a difference. We just kind of hope that our one little insignificant film life piece is helpful or makes a difference for anyone, then I feel like we've done our job.
I agree. I think it's already done some beautiful things, and I want to say thank you for Dayton Film Festival for letting us in and showing our
Yes, thank
film.
you.
And I'm very grateful. I know we're all very grateful, and it's very exciting news. Dallas's hometown on the big screen. Drive on up, eat some popcorn, and have a little sip of soda and enjoy. I'm excited. So thank you guys.